Beloved Titans, welcome to the tutorial to our TRC server. We offer that especially for new Titans, for applicants, and to get an idea about our server, to make it more easy and more comfortable to get used to the structure, but also for our community members who are already on board for a while and perhaps struggle on this or that point using Discord. This tutorial will have a couple of different parts or chapters, and in each of the videos you will find a table of contents in the description of the video with time markers, so you can then directly jump to a topic you're interested in. This part will have two individual sections. The first one is to analyze the structure of our server, and the second one will be then to customize that. Let's start with analyzing the structure. You can see here on the left hand side the computer view, and on the right hand side you can see the smartphone view. And this is because of the fact that this course handles smartphone and computer in different manner. We would like to show you the perspective out of both worlds. So let's switch to the computer view, and the first step to have the full screen there. If you are new to the Titans and you got an invitation link to our server, you will see this picture. In that moment you don't have access to everything. The reason is not that it is very secret what we do behind the scenes. The reason is just that you will not get confused with a lot of different folders. The first part and the most important one is this getting started document, because it shows you who we are, what we can offer, what we would expect, and so you can get an idea about our community and then decide whether you would like to apply, or perhaps if another sim racing community would suit you better. You also have access to our Titans trailer, and you can also get a first idea what we are doing. In the showroom or the gallery you can see the thumbnails of the clashes we have done in the past. You can scroll for a while because the Titans community or the club is now existing for about 2 years. You get also, in the scope of this preview, an insight in the race picks gallery. Here you can see how it looks like when Titans are on track. By the way, these pictures are made of guys who are very skilled in that thing, much more than I am. I just like or love to watch them. So thanks to Schall for providing wonderful pictures from time to time. And we also have a gallery of liveries where we show liveries which are already perfect or near to perfect, or already which need no discussion anymore. It's like a showroom, and it's like in a real gallery. You can just see the pictures. And after having a look at that, and after agreeing with all what we wrote there, you can apply. And if you became a Titan, you have access then to the full server, which is like that. Here on the left hand side you can see more or less the tree. This will change from time to time because we have we try to adapt it also to our members if there is a special wish and we can fulfill it without destroying the rest of our group. We try to do that. We would like to give you an overview over these different chapters. This getting started we already discussed about. Then there is a section which is called Who is Who. Here you can find then our real names and also our nicknames, for example in Gran Turismo, and also at our community, at other community servers, so we can recognize each other in all the communities we are dealing with. Then we have a general chat, which is called Titans Talk. Here we discuss about everything in real life and also concerning sim racing, which does not fit to one of the other topics. This welcome on board thread is something you know if you know Discord. It more or less exists at every server. And we also have a hate list, which is related to everything, but not related to hate. It's more an honor to be suggested for this hate list. Therefore, you can see this big heart here. It took me nearly 2 years to get on the list, but a couple of weeks ago I managed to do that. So thank you, Smoospo, for the suggestion. I really appreciate. And the next category we have here is the most important one. It's called Clash of the Titans. Clashes is the expression we are using for our community races, for our lobby races. This is also the idea or the core why the Titans exist. The idea was to race together. And for these clashes we have one thread. The thread is always marked with this little hashtag here. One thread which is called pre-clash discussion. Here we can discuss our clashes and organize them. After the clash is discussed, there is an announcement, and this is the very important thread. Here you will find all the information you need in order to participate in the lobby race. The thumbnail, the tuning if there is one. By the way, you also have the possibility to learn French here, which is always a good idea because we have a bunch of French Titans as well. And after the clash we have a post-clash discussion where we can congratulate each other, be proud of ourselves, and whatever is necessary in the scope of this clash to discuss afterwards. We have a wish list where Titans can enter their wishes for future combinations of cars and tracks, which we call combos. The next big category is a very important thing. It was an idea of a good friend and a very important Titan. He had the idea to bring the knowledge together so that one member of the group can teach the other. We can learn from each other because we all have different skills. We have people we are great tuners. We have great drivers. We have livery and graphics professionals. We have guys who know nearly everything about hardware and create wonderful articles for us, who are really nice to read. And to bring this all together, we have this Titans Academy category. And within we have either threads or we have also complete forum where the Titans and the members can start their own threads if they have questions or the like. Also the different events in Gran Turismo will find their place here. We have, for example, one big thread where we talk about time trials. We have one for the daily races, for the weeklies, which is important because here we can motivate each other to further improve. If we did our setups with the help of other Titans in the academy, for example, we could, if we want to, we could share them. Here, for example, for a specific car category which was developed by a member of us, it's about sport cars with a limit of 550 performance points. And if you would like to share a tune here, which is highly appreciated, you can do that by just posting the screenshots we all know. You also, if you love a car very much, you can also provide different tunes, for example for the original engine, as well as for a swap, for example. And here also other Titans then could comment your tune, could perhaps make suggestions to make it better, provide their screenshots. This is highly appreciated, and everybody could and should do that in order to make this community a living thing. We already discussed about the showroom and the gallery, and we have also a chapter for non-Gran Turismo titles. If you're interested also a bit in Assetto Corsa or others, they have a place here. And of course, hobbies and interests. An important thing is motorsport news, which is here listed as interests because the community is about sim racing. But of course, most of the guys are motorsport fans and share their news there. And we have hobbies and interests where you can talk about video games, about your cars, about your pets, whatever you would like to. We have also a voice channel from Discord, but we do not use it. It's just a backup for the case if the voice channel of the PlayStation Network would not work for specific reasons, or if there would be the demand to talk with more than 16 people, but this is not the case as long as we are driving with one lobby. But the most important reason why we do not use this one is that we have one Titan who is managing the voice chat every Sunday for our races, and he sends the invitations, and yeah, we love to get this invitation from this guy, and we love also to have the support, because then we have one guy who is managing the lobby and one guy who is managing the voice chat. So if there are any problems, we can quickly fix it in order to have fun and to race together. So this would be the first part of this first tutorial to analyze the structure of the server. It's a lot if you just hop in, and we kindly ask you to take some time, go through this tree and try to find out which kind of information is placed where, because we tried to keep it simple, but of course it's getting more complex because of different members have different priorities, and we would like to adapt if possible. So we kindly ask you to invest a few minutes or maybe half an hour or a full hour before starting with the posting, so that you can find the right place to do that. In the next step, we would like to talk a bit about how you could customize the Discord server for your needs. And one possibility is to change the appearance. You have, for example, the possibility to change the background, or you could define the spaces between messages, the scaling of the font or the zoom level. You can see here I applied a zoom level of 150 so that you have a chance to recognize it also in the video. You could also do that on the smartphone level. See it here in the smartphone. You have on the right hand side here this icon. It's that one, but you have to press it 2 times in order to enter the settings, and then you can also go to this appearance menu and you will find also the zoom level, for example, everything you could change on the smartphone. But this is not the only possibility. For the smartphone, for example, you could also define how your chats should work. For example, you can define what should happen if you swipe from the right to the left. In this case, the default is that you then reply to a message. One further thing I'd like to discuss with you, or like to show you, is that you can customize also the tree, because some things are not really needed, and perhaps also in some topics you are not interested, and you have the possibility to hide them. It's not so easy, therefore I'd like to show it. For example, something which is not really necessary is this welcome on board category. We discussed already about that. It's not really needed, and you have a chance to hide it. You just mark it, and then you mute it. Now you can see that it is still there, but it is shown in a light gray in order to make it disappear. You can ask your server to hide all the muted channels. If you do that, you will see that it is gone. And if you would like to see it again, you just go again to the server and say, okay, please show the muted channels, and then you have it also in this light gray here. We can do the same on the computer. Here we have the tree. You see it's light gray, which means this is muted. If you, for example, are not interested in other titles than Gran Turismo, you can also mute them. And then ask the server not to show them, and you can see they are gone. And if you muted all the channels within a category, the whole category is not shown anymore. Here you can see something which mutes itself after a while, but it does not vanish. This is the case if the channel is a pinned message. That was the first part of this tutorial. We hope that you enjoyed it, or I don't know whether you can enjoy such a tutorial, but if it is kind of useful, we are very lucky. So thanks for watching, and see you.